Well, well, well. What a semi-final that was. Jannik Sinner beats Novak Djokovic in 4 sets, 6-1, 6-2, 6-7, 6-3. Game, set, match, Jannik Sinner. What a thriller. So I watched the match from start to finish. Couldn't take my eyes off it. Jannik came out the blocks very, very fast. Some of the best tennis I've seen in my life. Two very, very sublime sets. Served his absolute heart out. Djokovic couldn't do anything. Unbreakable, unbreakable. 6-1, 6-2. I mean, when was the last time you seen that against Djokovic? And I just knew when Jannik went 2-0 up, even 6-1, the first set 6-1, even that, I knew he came here today to play. Man on a mission, he was here to win. Make no mistake about that. He wasn't going to be intimidated by Novak Djokovic. He played his heart out. And then, just to enforce his position, 6-2 in the second. Wouldn't it have been lovely to get 6-3 in the third? But anyway, 6-2 in the second, and that was it. I knew then he's going to win today. I knew then he's going to win. Now, I knew that he might drop a set. He could have done it in straights. He had match point, let's face it. But I always knew in the back of my mind, there's a very high chance he will drop one set today. I didn't think it was likely he was going to win in straight sets. That was as good as a straight sets victory, to be honest. I mean, that third set was just ridiculous, really. I mean, Djokovic gave it his best shot. Now, I have to say, in that third set, I was getting a wee bit nervous for Jannik, because I was thinking to myself, please, don't do what you did at Wimbledon. I don't want another Wimbledon, 2 sets to love up, 12 games to 3 up. I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's not like he won the first 2 sets 7-6, 7-5 or something like that. I mean, he blasted Djokovic off the court, 12-3, you know what I mean? So, if Djokovic was going to come back and win this, then that would have been heartbreaking for Jannik. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I had a feeling deep down he wasn't going to do that. It was his day, and yeah, he had the match point there in the tie break, and a couple of loose shots. Djokovic got it. That's fine. And then it was just a matter. I knew Jannik he's got 2 more bites of the cherry. He only needs 1 more set. Come out fresh in the 4th set. Let's do this. And that's exactly what he did. And I knew I had a feeling he was going to break Djokovic. You know what I mean? He was the only player to get break points in the match. Djokovic didn't get 1 break point the whole match. Couldn't break Sinner at all. That's very rare for Djokovic. And Sinner, he had 11 break opportunities and took 5 of them. But I don't think it was just the break point opportunities. I think it was his serving. His serving was just out of this world, especially in the first 2 sets. So once he had that 2 set cushion, that was it really. He could relax, he could just play his natural game and just wasn't going to be intimidated by Djokovic. So yeah, one of the best matches I've ever seen. I've been watching tennis for a good 30 years, maybe a wee bit longer. I've watched Sampras, I watched Becker as a child. I remember the Becker 85 final at Wimbledon. Then I watched Sampras come along. Then I watched Federer come along. Then I watched Nadal come along, dominating Roland Garros. Then I watched Novak come along, dominating the Australian Open. And now Alcaraz and Sinner are here. And these two are very, very hot prospects for the future of tennis. It's in good hands. And this man proved today that he's a force to be reckoned with. And this will catapult him, really. I think he'll go on to win many, many trophies, possibly many Grand Slams. I'm not sure how many slams he'll win, but I'm sure he'll win at least one. I think he's going to win this one, and I'm going to tell you maybe why in a minute. But let's have a look at some of the match stats. Let's catch our breath and have a wee look at some of these stats. So I've put together some of the stats of the match. So aces 7 and 9. Not a lot of aces, a few. Jannik had a couple more. Double faults, however, Jannik only had one. That's amazing. That's what you want. That's what you expect from a top 10 player. You want a low double fault count. You know what I mean? So he didn't. His double faults in previous matches against Djokovic might have been a wee bit higher than that, but one is absolutely amazing. 4 for Djokovic. So yeah, I mean that's obviously not gonna help, and some of them were at critical moments as well. First serve percentage. Now over the whole match, Djokovic is 10% more, but when on first serve percentage, that's the key stat I want to point out here. 67 for Djokovic, 83 for Jannik Sinner. Quite astonishing. Now the first serve is 58 for the whole match, but in the first 2 sets, his serve percentage was actually up in the 90s. And that is absolutely phenomenal. That is one of the reasons he won those first 2 sets so convincingly. So the 58 is a bit of a misleading. And that's only because he's in the 3rd set he sort of dropped off a little bit, and then in the 4th set he wasn't playing as well as he was in the first 2 sets. But he didn't have to. He basically laid the groundwork for this victory in the first 2 sets, and then he just was able to relax, play his own game and have fun and enjoy himself, and that's exactly what he did. And then the win on the second serve, he was also much higher than Djokovic there. He was in the 60s, 64 to 52. As I said earlier, Djokovic didn't have any breakpoint opportunities. Quite rare for him. I mean, look, if you're not going to get break up opportunities, what chance have you got of winning the match? You know what I mean? So Jannik had 11, he took 5, 45%. That's an amazing conversion rate. Djokovic won the tiebreak, obviously, but as I say, it was Jannik's to win. He sort of threw it away. Receiving points won, 28 for Djokovic, 46 for Sinner. These are all just consequences of the victory, I suppose. Points won, 98, 128. Games won, 13, 24. I mean, he's beaten Djokovic, but he's not only beaten him, he's beaten him convincingly. 24 games to 13, ladies and gentlemen. That's nearly double. You know? And I'm sure there'll be many people before the match saying Djokovic is going to win this in straight sets. Sinner has proved everybody wrong. I had a feeling that Sinner could win this. I didn't bet on it. I wish I had of now. But yeah, I did pick Djokovic before the match started, but once I seen that first set 6-1, I thought, wow. I thought, has Djokovic not turned up today? Has he got an injury or something? Is it something wrong? Or is it just that Sinner's just playing lights out tennis? And I think it was more to do with Sinner, really. I think he was playing lights out tennis. So max games won in a row. Djokovic only had 1 and Sinner had 3. That being, of course, that because Djokovic didn't have any break points. So he was just winning his service games and then he got broken. So Sinner won 3 in a row, and max points won in a row. 5 for Djokovic, 9 for Sinner. Service points won, 70 for Djokovic, 82 for Sinner. Service games won, 12 for Djokovic, 19 for Sinner. Okay, but as I say, it was Sinner's serve and the break points that he took, and he took a lot of them today, that decided this match. And he wasn't afraid of Djokovic. He didn't let the pressure get to him. He knew when to come to the net and when not to come to the net. He was hitting his ground strokes amazingly well, which we know he can do. One thing I'll say about Djokovic though is I respect him for today is that he didn't throw any temper tantrums. He didn't smash rackets. I think Djokovic knew deep down that Sinner is going to give him a game, and he knew that the guy that he was playing today on the other side of the net deserves respect, and he knew that he was playing phenomenally well, playing the best tennis of his life. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons why he didn't lose his temper and smash rackets. He had total respect for Jannik, and he knew that this man, you know, is something. He's a force to be reckoned with. He knew who he was playing today. He could see it. You could see it. He had total respect. Even when they shook hands at the net, you know what I mean? It was, and then he just quietly got his stuff together and left. But yeah, he took the defeat very well. And so I respect him for that. And he knows how good a player Jannik Sinner is. And we all know how good a player Jannik Sinner is. So that's my thoughts on the match. Sinner totally deserved this victory. He played his heart out, lights out tennis. Not Djokovic's best match, but I don't think it was Djokovic played bad. I don't think that was the case. I just think Sinner played so good and he didn't let Djokovic do what he normally does. So that was it really. I don't think it was because Djokovic was playing bad. So yeah, great match, and I'm looking forward to the final. I've got Sinner to win this whole thing now. The way he played today against Djokovic, who many consider to be the GOAT, I can't see him losing this Australian Open. It would be really bizarre, heartbreaking and bizarre if he lost it now, you know. So yeah, it's his trophy to lift this year, you know. I was hoping for a Sinner Alcaraz final. Sadly, we lost Alcaraz the other night. Zverev played lights out, to be honest. Zverev served amazingly well, like Sinner did tonight. And yeah, so at least one of them got to the final, I suppose. So I'm very happy that Sinner's in the final. It would have been sad if neither of them made it to the final. I think he's going to play Medvedev in the final. I think Medvedev will win against Zverev. But actually, do you know what? I think Sinner's Zverev would be the better final because they're both serving phenomenally well. So it could go to a lot of tiebreakers if they play, I reckon. So that would be the final I would prefer to watch in terms of entertainment value. But I still think Medvedev will beat Zverev. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, Djokovic is out. He over 2,000 days since he last lost here. Finally, somebody's beaten him. Yeah. So this is Sinner's year, I believe. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the match and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll be reacting and previewing some of the other matches. And hope to see you in the next video. Please support the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon. Thank you.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new